Mike Jones here with Ken's. My brother Kenny and I own Ken's Stereo Junction. We've been around a little while, about 4 decades, and let me tell you, we love car stereo, home theaters, churches, cameras, you name it. I've got some brainiacs inside, and you're gonna love this show. Let's get inside and check it all out. All right, now this month in Macon and Warner Robins, we have some amazing car stereo specials. You know, we always have a kind of a good deal, what I feel like is one of my favorites, but we want to talk about is head units, because there is a slew of things that you can buy. I have folks come in and they'll have every name in the world, and what we do is we kind of handpick models that we feel like are going to best suit you. So we carry Alpine, we carry Pioneer, and we carry Sony because they are reliable brands that have tremendous value built in. So I love this radio. Now you're going to see a little red thing come up right here. This is $159 for the entire month. This is AM, FM, CD. If you still play CDs, I do. You got a thumb drive input, which can also charge your phone. You got an auxiliary. But people really dig this new setup because this allows me tremendous amounts of control. I can do all my colors, my dimming setting. Look at this, I can do anything I want to do. It's just nice and easy. You can have a scan tag as well. But it's got pre-outs, which means you can add a subwoofer to it if you want to, but it has a good old-fashioned 200-watt amplifier in it, and the sound quality is absolutely amazing from Pioneer. Now, if you are my age, okay, let me put that out there, you probably will like Alpine better, okay? So when you go into the Alpine world, the reason I point to Alpine is they are more user-friendly, a little easier to use. So you folks that come in, you may look at this and go, man, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And you go over to the Alpine and go, I get it, it's simple, the volume control, track advance, and all that's really simple. So when you come in, make sure you kind of touch and play with these things and see how what best suits your needs, right? Sony has smoked it. Look at this. This is AM, FM, CD. It has the Bluetooth mic built into the head unit, and you're seeing a mark come across this right now because for this month, this is $119 with Bluetooth and Bluetooth audio, and it's got the cool USB that opens right here, which is really nice, and it's detachable face, and another 200-watt amp built in. Now, let's say that this bores you, and you said, hey, I like the cool features and stuff. This is where you come into your touch screens and stuff. Pioneer and Sony and Alpine are our favorites, and I particularly love this new Sony right here. Now, Sony's going to have them anywhere from $299 and up with CarPlay. Now you see my CarPlay, and when you want to plug in your phone, this becomes your phone. So here's my tiles, right? Everything I want to do is built in. All my menus are built in. There's my Waze, my Spotify, my Pandora. My maps will come up without having to pay $1,000 for a navigation radio because my maps for my phone already show up on the head unit, right? When you come in, let's say you decide, hey, I've got a Lexus LS, you know, this is a 2009 model. I can't replace the radio in that. Well, you still want to take all the speakers and replace them with better products. And when you go there, I'm going to give you just a little bit more juice here and a little sound example. I'm playing a little background. But listen to this. The sound quality, when you go to something like this, type R, real super crisp and clean. That's $199, which is amazing sound quality. This new Pioneer separates, $299 tweets and mids. Again, we install them for free. But you want to come in and kind of, listen to that. You want to kind of come in and just qualify yourself as to what you're really looking for. I have some folks who come in and say, look, I just want enough, bass to make my nose bleed, and then we do that for them. And then we have folks come in and say, I just want it to sound like I'm in a concert, and we do that for you. So you can buy speakers from $99 and up from Ken's. I've got speakers that are $900 a pair for 2. Don't freak out, because I also have ones that are $49 a piece, for $99 for a pair. So when you come in, listen to these, bring your own music, and let's play it and make sure it's going to be exactly what you want. You go to the Ken's in the Macon and Warner Robins, they are super duper qualified to set you up, fit your budget, install it for free, and definitely service it after the sale. All right, now it's that season where it's starting to warm up, and we do a lot of boats and ATVs and stuff. Matter of fact, you see we've got a boat being backed up. Literally, my brother, my partner right there is actually helping get it into place. We just finished this boat right here. We got another boat over there waiting, and we got 2 more en route. What's cool is, like literally that boat, they're from Lake Oconee, and they said, look, we're trying to figure out how to get it to your shop versus y'all doing it on the lake. So we have a service. We go and pick up the boat for you at your house and bring it here and do it, and then bring it back and put it back. That's a really neat feature that we do for you in case you don't want to take all that time of your day of trying to get it to us. Now, this has JL Audio's new series. The Marine series is unbelievable, completely weatherproof, not weather resistant. So we did his ski tower here. We did speakers all the way through right here. You'll see them kind of all in different places. We put a subwoofer and amplifier in here to kind of keep the moisture out. Now, when you do a boat, you have to be so very careful because you have to make sure you put the wires in protective casings and hide everything and get everything fused. But again, this thing beating up and down on the water and it's getting soaking wet. So there's a lot that goes into making sure this stuff will survive when you get out there doing your thing with your family. Rockford Fosgate series, this PMX series, this allows full control and it has a window that has two-way communication with your phone. So I Bluetooth my music to it, but instead of me trying to guess what track I am or guess where I am on Pandora or Spotify, this actually identifies all that on the screen, which is really, really nice. Now inside this piece, you're probably seeing a cutaway now, is the full size, the big brother to that allows control from both sides. We have folks that'll say, hey, I'm driving, I'm not gonna mess with it, I wanna have control here. So it kind of does dual, and they also make a piece that can go on the back of the boat if you want more control. Now this takes a lot of time. You're talking about 15 hours of work to get this all together. And these boxes that go in here have to be rhino lined, right? They have to be rhino lined so that they can handle the weather over time and the box won't split and stuff like that. We'll have people come in here that kind of did like a do-it-yourselfer and they'll have a carpeted box inside their boat and of course it's coming apart because of all the crazy moisture, right? We do marine grade amplifiers, so they're made for the weather as well. Now I'm gonna give you a little sound demo and I hope it doesn't blow you out of the water here, but clarity is on point. Listen to this. So nice. Great bass. I can't play it super crazy loud because it messes up my mic. It's crazy. Feel it in my heart. And you imagine you can hear it when you're skiing also, if you go to the sandbar. Crazy amounts of sound. Wow. Wow, man. I know I've said this before, but I can do this all day, and I do this all day long. Now, end of the day, what's super cool is I never have to have this in my hand. I can take this and tuck it away or put it in a Ziploc bag because this completely controls it, controls the phone. It's really nice to have everything done. Now, we did not do lighting on this boat. We do a lot of boat lighting as well, if that's kind of fits your fancy. Now, listen, and don't get all weirded out. You can spend, $300 on a speaker, or you can spend $10,000, $20,000 on a sound system, and don't gas. But we fit every budget, and with us being able to come and get your boat and do it and put it back at the lake, if you're not just right here at Lake Tobo, and we got our own service center, our own installers, and JL Audio and Rockford Fosgate have absolutely smoked the marine market. They are the very best. So when you get your fancy, give me a call. We'll design a system for you and it will be awesome.
Monroe County Board of Education. So this is actually 3 stages of video is on this stage right now. So we have first stage, which is the old dusty screen. We got all the dust right there. It's still gross. So that screen was hung right here and they had a projector hung in the middle of the foyer, I guess, whatever we're going to call this, in the middle of the audience. So because it was out there and it's so much light coming through those shutters, the projector was really, really, really dim. So the next step was this big mama here, and it was hung in the back, but now our projector has to shoot through 17 feet of nobody. So no one's sitting here looking at it. So we have 17 wasted feet of projector. So now they look at the image 17 feet further than they probably should. So now we have a nice black screen that's called rear firing. So this is going to hang here, but the viewable surface is going to be on the other side. So actually, instead of the screen being black on the back side, it's actually kind of a viewable surface. It's actually translucent, if you will. So the projector is going to be mounted back there where those wires are. So the projector's there, and it actually shoots at the screen this way, and then the congregation or the people see on the other side. So now we take that 17 feet out, so it's 17 feet closer. So now we have 177 inches of goodness, 17 feet closer. I think you get where I'm going. This is going to be ridiculous, y'all. Check it out.
Monroe County. Now we're in the auditorium, and you've seen how we got to this point, right? So this is 177 inches of rear firing screen. Now you think it's bright now. I'm going to walk over here and turn this light switch on. Watch this. This is absolutely unbelievable how bright that gets. Now, we are making some adjustments to get a little bit closer to the floor, but this is a true 4K projector laser technology. I'm going to let him show you a little eagle, big eagle picture that we have to give you an idea about detail and how well that works. Of course, this is our website, and it even does graphics. So look at, is that not? Christ, 177 inches big. Now, flip back over to the graphic side of it. So if they want to do a training or have any type of boardroom type meeting in here, or a large meeting where you did a city council type meeting in here, look at the details of everything that's going on here. Now, this retracts up into the ceiling, and because the projector is behind it, I'm sure you've seen it cut away of the projector now, the coolest thing about it is you don't have something out here above everybody, and you don't have that light dependency because this blocks out most of the light, right? Being motorized, it has to be this large. It has to be what they call tab tubing. Now, you see me touching these pieces now. I'm sure you've seen a close-up of this. And what this does is it pulls the screen tight so it doesn't have those crazy waves in it. Because sometimes when you get a screen way too big, when it hangs down, you'll see kind of like ripples right here. And these little wires right here, that's made by Draper called Premier Series, it pulls everything tight. It's completely motorized. It's controlled from here, so we can actually plug a source in here. Or if you'll flip around and look up there at the top right there, you'll see my son waving. There he is. And he is now controlling it from the booth. So from the booth, you control the audio video, and from the stage, you control the audio video. Now, this was not an easy task. This is a good, solid 16 hours worth of work. And 16 hours with 3, 4, 5 men, that's a whole bunch of work, especially when something weighs 330 pounds that you're trying to suspend up into the air, right? End of the day, my son and his crew come in, and here's the cool thing. It's all turnkey with us. We finish it out. Everything works as promised, and you get a two-year warranty backed by us at no extra charge. That's on site. That's why folks come. That's why we just did their boardroom here. That's why we've done their commissioner's office. That's why, the reason that we've done them over and over and over again is because they know that if they call, right, you'll see my number come up on the screen right now, that they call, that we'll have an answer. And I don't farm out to anybody, if that's the right words. I have my own installers, my own carpenter, my own electrician. I mean, it's just the way it's done. This is just the way we're born and bred. This is what we do. At the end of the day, Monroe County is ready to get down. Awesome. All right, in the world of flat panels, it's constantly changing. We do a lot of Sony and we do a lot of LG. One thing I want to point to you is when you come into our stores, you'll see a lot of different flat panels on display, anywhere from 32 inch all the way up to 85 inch. Yes, I did say 85 inch. But what you need to know is if you go online and you look up prices, like this is Google that I just pulled up, and you'll see Best Buy's price and other people like Crutchfield and guys like that, all these online guys that you have to wait for it. You don't have to wait for it when you come to Ken's. We have it in stock. We're the same price. So when you go to Best Buy and you scoot down here and it says $299, we're $299 or less, but what we have is tech support. So if there's an issue, I can support that. Now, I harp on that all the time to you because why? Because no one has their own service department with their own technicians. So I don't want you to feel like, hey, I'll just run out to Best Buy and buy a TV because I don't need service. You do need service because when it breaks, it's about 18 minutes before everybody's coming over, and we do loaners and we have customer care plans and all these cool things. Now, flat panels in general, just if you don't have that knowledge, they make what they call 1080p and 4K, and now they have 8K coming. I know that's the way it is. They have smart TVs, which means you can do like Netflix as long as you have internet and do Pandora and all this kind of music and all kind of movie stuff. But what you want to know is all of them are made to be hung on the wall if you choose to do that. So they'll come with a base like this, right? And then you can buy wall mounts. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of our wall mounts right now, and they're anywhere from about $69 and up depending on the wall mount. What you need to know is technology, of course, changes. This is Sony's newest OLEDs. I've talked about how thin these are. They're absolutely unbelievable, and they have permeable screens. What that means is the sound actually comes through the glass. How they do that, I have no absolute idea, but it's a beautiful technology. And they have a new tile grid, which if you've had one of these, you'll know that all this has come out. And I just love all the absolute options that you have, the new smart apps from Sony. So when you come in, talk to the Brainiac guys, the guys that are really super good at being nerds like me, and they'll tell you all these cool features because it's very easy to buy the wrong thing. Now, listen to this. We have a crew that comes out and sets it up. We have a crew that can come out and mount on the wall, but more importantly, we can teach it and set up your smart control and all that without it being some confusing 3-hour thing that the Ken's guys would do in 30 minutes because that's what they do for a living. So come into Macon and Warner Robins. My number's going to come up right here, right now, and I will come out to your house and do the estimate, completely design everything for your house for nothing, and you just have to pay for the stuff. But the service, your ready service, is forever. Again, with 40 years, that's what we do. Service is who we are. Awesome. Now this is an amazing venue. This is out in the middle of about 100 acres of land, right? And you see this amazing building, and I'm going to show you some cutaways here in just a second. We are doing sound, we are doing security, we are doing flat panels, and I'm going to kind of let him follow me through here. This is going to be an awesome day. I got all my boys out here doing this work, just kind of coming through here. This is awesome. You see Justin over here. Justin, kind of come into this with me. All right, Justin, here we are. Look how beautiful this. All right, we've been doing the whole "this is ridiculous" thing all day. Justin, to give us an idea of what's fixing to happen here.
So this is gonna be a whole bunch of sound. We have one TV back here. We're gonna tidy those wires up because that's what we do, make everything perfect. We're doing another 65 over there just because this place is so big. We have 4 of these speakers that are in this box. You see them right here. They're black in color. Look how pretty that is. Look how big that is.
Now, these are clips. They have lifetime warranty. Big sound. You can actually move this logo around depending on how you have to mount it. We're doing 4 inside this because, again, you see how big this is. We have 2 for the pool.
Yep.
Right, and we're doing a camera and security system in here, and it's going to have 2 zones. So kind of give an idea what that means.
Yeah, so we can do something here and we can do something there. So if we have the satellite, we have the big game on, and the girls are out laying by the pool, they can have their music out there. If the guys are out there, they can have music out there. The girls can have TV in here, 2 separate things. Or we can go all Bluetooth, and we're going to have a special Bluetooth adapter that we're going to put in the ceiling, so we have all Bluetooth here, so we don't have to worry about, oh, my phone's cutting in and out, I got to leave my phone here so I can't text or I can't get on Facebook.
Right.
We can actually carry our phones with us wherever we want and have Bluetooth anywhere.
Remote control is going to be completely weatherproof. These new remote controls by URC, you can literally chunk them into the pool and they will survive. They're built for, they will float in the pool. So if you're one of those guys that says, I don't feel like getting out of the pool, he'll be able to adjust all of his sound, all of his dish network, anything he wants to do from the remote control.
That's awesome.
We program that all into place. So here's what's cool, is this is kind of the before, so everything seems a little, it's not messy, but it feels messy to us. But when we get done, it's going to be dynamite.
Okay, so we're finally finished. Weather is still incredible. The place is still incredible. It's just a little bit heightened level of incredibleness. So 4 of these clips, AW650s, and they're black, so they tuck up in there nicely. We use black wire, so that tucks up in there nicely. You can't see any wire, you can't see anything. You just get to enjoy all the cool sound. So we have 4 right here that work our main zone. So you've heard us talk a little bit about main zone and zone 2. If you have speakers out by the pool, which we do, those can be zone 2, so they can be separate. You can't hear it now, but this is playing ESPN, which we can see on our new 65-inch LED. So these TVs are LED, so they last longer. So the old LCD TVs usually got maybe 2 or 3 years out of them. These we're getting about 6 years outside, which is phenomenal, and all you really have to do is just blow them off. That pollen is very, very bad for your TVs, so blow them off when the pollen comes, blow them off periodically through the summer, and your TV will last 6 or 7 years outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and you don't have to spend the money for the Sunbright because, like I said, we're under a nice little cover. Now, out in our pool, we also have 2 speakers, and check this out. You were just talking about the remote and its ability to float. So this is in the pool, it's floating, so I can just grab this out. We don't even need to shake it off, but if we just need more volume now, I'm just voluming up with the remote.
Since I come home, well, my body's been
That's just 2 speakers out here, so you can imagine if you're down here chilling, like it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and we can go to satellite, so if we have the game on or something, now we have the game on, we can volume it up a little bit.
What's going on right now?
Now we have the game out here, go right back to Bluetooth.
The
remote works perfectly, and like I said, we can just toss it in the pool, and it always floats, so it's always there, it doesn't have to get away. Security cameras, we also did security, and I just threw my remote in the pool, so I'm not gonna dive in. But just take a look at a screenshot of what we just did with the security cameras. Jarvis, you can go over there and check out the security camera. They mount up there, and those come in white, and they do come in kind of a slate gray color, but the owner actually wanted them white so that they were seen, because he wants people to come up and be like, oh, there's security cameras, I better not steal anything, versus them just kind of blending in, people not knowing about the security cameras and still stealing your stuff, y'all. I mean, look at this just as a whole. We got great volume, waterproof remote, 2 zones, 75-inch, 65-inch, 5 security cameras, y'all. Turned out incredible.
Okay, now, Ford built the Thunderbird again. You know, they kind of did a retro version of the Thunderbird. Well, and it did come with like this right here. It came with a factory steering wheel control for me to turn the volume up and down, but it came with a really cool radio. And I'm gonna grab this. I know you gotta deal with it, sorry. Here you go, check this out. So it came with this behemoth right here. This is AM, FM, CD, just like we've seen 1,000 times in the Ford world. And though it was cool because it had a CD changer built in, a lot of them hung up and had issues. They didn't have Bluetooth or Bluetooth audio because it didn't exist at that particular moment, or not in a proper way. So because the phone has taken over with music, now, you know, you kind of use your phone for your Pandora and your Spotify and iHeartRadio and all these other things that you do for your apps. So because of that, the radios have become better and better and better. This is Pioneer's, called the 211. Now, the reason I bring this to you is this radio is $199 free installation, right? So $199, and you get AM, FM, CD, you get Bluetooth, audio. So here I can talk on my phone, which is really, really nice. I can stream my music, which you see I'm doing now. I don't have to hold the phone in my hand. You see there, I could use my phone controls, but the controls are right here. See, I've got that all this put in. Now, I love the fact that the Ford green, you can make the Pioneer change to whatever color you want to match your dash. So that may be something silly to you, but I think it is imperative for things to look appropriate, if that's the right word. Now, it has a real equalizer, right? This is for $199, and the sound quality is amazing. I'll turn it up a little bit for you. My factory steering wheel controls still work. Nice, good, clean. It's a factory speaker, and it's only $199. Now, there are parts in some cars that you're going to have, like this particular car had to have this kit right here, but this is only $24.99. There is a device that makes these factory steering wheel controls work. It's only $99, and if you can live without that, then that saves you $99. There is a harness that plugs into your Ford, and the reason I bring that to you is because this right here don't match anything except for the Ford harness. So we have a harness that actually plugs into the vehicle, so we don't cut those. And if you ever sell your Ford Thunderbird, which I don't know why you would, you can put it back to factory because nothing has been butchered or messed up, right? So $199 gets you the radio, plus all your parts, and the installation is still free. We did the entire vehicle in 1 hour. In 1 hour, she has modernized herself and become completely street legal to ride down the road instead of doing one of these deals. Or I still see people holding their phones in their hands and texting, and it's the most dangerous thing in the world, and this takes all that away. Now, one last thing, we put in a USB cord, look right here, and this allows me to plug this in, if you can see, and then I can plug my phone in, and it will charge my phone, and it actually has better sound quality this way, and I can put my phone away if I have that addiction of holding the phone in my hand. So, end of the day, it stands out great. This is the same price as the radio was online, and she got it installed for free, and then, of course, she has our famous in-store service after the sale. Awesome. All right, Turning Point Church, which is Mabel White Church on Bass Road in Macon, Georgia. You know it. They are a staple in the Middle Georgia area. Now, they've decided, they brought in a gentleman named Grant Upchurch, and his mind and wheels turn very, very fast. And he has decided to redesign, and if you know this church, you're already going, wow. Now, let's talk about the Ken stuff first. Now, we got these screens. Now, these are painted screens, as you can see on the side. They are 277 inches. That's right, I said 277 inches of diagonal. The one in the middle, because you have to be able to get to the baptismal, is a motorized screen. Now look at the size of this, same exact size as the image on the sides. However, you're probably seeing cutaways right now. We had to use not one but two 1,500-pound winches to get that mama up in the air, because in the crate it weighed 700 pounds. Out of the crate it weighed 450 pounds. And so that is a feat to be done. Lighting, as you see, this was again all Grant's idea. He came through. All of this stuff is in place, and it really emphasizes and helps with the worship to get a cool wow factor. So you kind of took a traditional church and you took the traditional spin away from it just for a second, as we all know that today people want to get down when they worship. I actually love it. Now, another cool thing about this is they had a lot of good sound, but their stage was a little bit in the old fashion. So they rebuilt the stage. Their carpenter, Kenny Winslet, came in and built it all the way and extended it out to there, right? And it's really, really nice. So now they have plenty of room for praise and worship. In the end of the day, the way this works out is we have a full room upstairs. Now, they had old school that we gutted all the stuff out. I'm sure you've seen the cutaway of the rooms upstairs now. He has full control, touch control from an iPhone or an iPad or whatever he wants to do. He has Black Magic design so that he can stream all of his everything out onto YouTube or onto Facebook Live. And another cool thing about this is if you can't get to church, you can now view them live, right? They used to do the broadcast thing like on Channel 13 and stuff like that, but all that has given way to the modern world. Time-wise, let me tell you, when you do a church that's this big, it takes a lot of time. So we thought we'd spend about 50 hours in here. I think we spent around 90 hours in here, and that takes a lot. This is what we do. So what you want to do is, you want to see, if this is how you dream, this is how we dream. This is my guys making things happen. And so if you'll call us and let me come out, I'm sure my name and my phone number is coming up on the screen right now. Let me come out to your church and let me design this. He had no design fee on this. We sit down, we all scratched our heads, we all drew notes out and everything, and bada bing, we got to work. Turning Point Church on Bass Road in Macon, Georgia, phenomenal. All right, now I am with Grant Upchurch. He is the worship and media pastor, which I call him like a boss because he truly runs this whole deal over here. He's amazing, and you need to know this guy at Turning Point Maple White Church on Bass Road.
Well, I am the boss, Michael. No, not really. It takes a team, and I can't do this all by myself. In fact, I could not do it without my beautiful wife, Alyssa. For the past 2 months, she's pretty much been a single mom. You know, we've been here hours and hours, like Michael said at the beginning, and you know, she is just my rock. She stands beside me, not behind me, and I really value her so much. What's been awesome is getting to join hands with Michael and his team, especially Justin, his son, who's incredible. I tell you what, you will not find anyone in this area with more integrity than this guy right here.
Thank you.
And this company. I'm super impressed with them, blown away by the work they've done. Highly recommend them. Want to give you also a personal invite, because he said I could,
Absolutely.
to our church, Turning Point at Maple White. You know, our focus is building people. You know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so when you come on this place, we want you to feel like instant family. So we meet every Sunday, 10:45 a.m. right here, 1415 Bass Road. We'd love to have you, or join us live. You can go to our Facebook page, Turning Point at Maple White. And I think that's it, man.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, thank you so much for watching the show. Amazing, right? Like 28 minutes and 30 seconds goes just like that because you guys are so awesome to let us work for y'all. We get to do some really crazy stuff. I'm very proud of our staff and how amazing it is. You know, we are a large majority of this as family as well. You know, my uncle, my brother, our partners, and you know, our boys are growing up in the business as well. And I only throw that out there to let you know that we are truly invested. You know, guess what? We like to eat too. So we're going to work super hard to make sure we get to feed our families, which is kind of cool. Tech support is super cool with us. And I want to make it clear that when we started this company, the first thing my dad said is we will carry no brand that we cannot service. If there's an issue, we have to be able to take care of the problem so folks don't have to wait. And we still stand by that creed. We're fixing our 41st birthday, which is really, really awesome. And the reason I put that out there to you is just to know that we are constantly training our people, constantly training them to learn more, to know more, and all that. And we have such a high standard of what is acceptable here for our standards is very different than most places. And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying I have a very high standard, which these guys will tell you, I work them to the bone. I always put on Facebook, you know, we're looking for good custom installers, right? And I'll say, you know, and I put this out there, I always put hard-working, honest integrity. I put all these things on there, and we don't get a whole lot of responses sometimes because a lot of folks want a 40-hour work week, but that's not who we are. These guys will do 50 and 60 hours, and before you go, oh my gosh. Look, the point is, we have to make sure we're available to you at all times, and that's what it takes in this business to be able to do that. Now, you're going to see our social media come up right here. Please visit those areas. Our new website is amazing. You need to go see it. It's got all this cool stuff on there. My phone number is right here. This is my phone number. You can call me, the owner of the company, or my brother. Whenever you want to call us, you can call us, and we will get back to you as fast as we can to make sure we solve all needs, right? If you have a bad situation or something that didn't go quite right, I'm the guy you call, and I will solve that problem. If it is capable by me, it will happen no problem whatsoever. Now, I got to leave you with this. It's important as we just went through Easter, and I just love that world of appreciating Jesus. In Psalm 119, 147, it says, I awake early, and I cry for you, and I wait for your words. I pray, and I cry for your words, and I wait for your words. And what that means is, like, I will get up in the mornings at 4:20 in the morning. Anybody that knows me knows that I get up at 4:20, and the first thing I do is pray to Him and wait for His answers. I say, I'm listening. Give me all you got. And I put that out to you to let you know that if you haven't gave God a try, I say you take Him out for a test drive. You're going to love the reward that comes from Him. Come see us at Ken's in Macon, and we're right.
Well, we're going to do something good today.
Mike Jones here with Ken's. A huge sale going on right. Check out. Going right.
I'm with Ken. I've got his energy.
You got me all weird now. Let's just move this little stack right here. Everybody calls me my dad's name.
I cannot believe. And see, I don't even know your dad, but I see Ken's. I just associate Ken's.
Exactly right.
So you should be Ken.
Ready, set, go. Mike Jones here with Ken's. We have a huge sale going on right now. Look at this Pioneer over here. It's nice, man.